Revolutionary greetings. Haki Shakur coming back at you again in another historic sacred space. I'm at the Johnson's family house, abolitionist house, headquarters, safe house of the historic Underground Railroad. Take a look around. This safe house was built in like the early 1700s to the mid 1700s. It was set up by this family who kept it in the family for 3 generations. They were Quakers and abolitionists. If you know anything about the history of slavery, then you should know about the importance of abolitionists and the Quakers. They did help our people, escape the horrific slavery of the South, to try to help them get north, to get free and to live a better life and to be, equal amongst the European Americans. But ultimately, a lot of our ancestors who escaped from the Underground Railroad was trying to escape to get true freedom. Now, the importance of this safe house, the reason why I'm doing this video is to bring the point is that this is one of the most, how can I put it, scientifically, socially development of a network. And what I mean by networking is that the fact that our ancestors were so intelligent that they came up with this network. The whole purpose of the network is to move in secrecy and to get to freedom in a secret way without getting caught by the slave plantation owners and the slave patrols. But the main emphasis on this is the fact that the slave fugitive law, when that fugitive slave law bill came into effect, this was one of the highest developments of combating the slave fugitive law. You see what I'm saying? To get our ancestors free, to get them to New York, to get them to Canada, to get them across the border so they can, like I said, be free. And like I said, this is the hub. This is the main headquarters of the Underground Railroad. This is sacred land. This is a sacred place, period. Let me go ahead and throw this in here. The great William Steele, the great Harriet Tubman, all stayed at this place at one place in time. At one place in time, they stayed here. Harriet Tubman came here. She was fed. This is before she moved on further to New York, when she made it to Albany, New York, and then she finally ultimately got to Canada. But this is where she stayed at, y'all, right here in this safe house. Now, let me make the connection of the Black Liberation Movement and the Black Liberation struggle to the Underground Railroad. Is the fact that during the 1960s and the 1970s, when the Black Liberation Movement came under attack by COINTELPRO and J. Edgar Hoover, our ancestors in the Black Liberation Army and the Black Panther Party, they took on the whole total strategy and network of the Underground Railroad. So if you do your research on the Black Liberation Army, period, you would hear Assata Shakur and all these type of people mention safe houses. So this is how people like Assata got free. This is how she escaped to Cuba. She stayed at safe houses just like the great ancestor Harriet Tubman did. And it's just a network of not even necessarily family, community. This is the importance of community. Community helped these great ancestors escape and also helped the great ancestor, not ancestor, but freedom fighter today, Nana Assata Shakur. So during the period of the Black Liberation Army, these safe houses and things is how they combated police terrorism. This is when they went on the offense to defend the movement, when the movement was being attacked by police, terrorism, and racist movements. When they attacked the Black Liberation Army and the Black Panther Party, they went on the offense. And just like throughout the history, a lot of policemen were assassinated. You know what I'm saying? That's what had to be done. You see what I'm saying? They went on the offense. Before I close out, let me just give a salutation to the great William Steele. If you don't know who William Steele is, please do your research. He's the architect of the Underground Railroad. As a matter of fact, his safe house is somewhere around the corner. It's not too far from this safe house where he was, hiding ancestors in his basement and helping ancestors get free to the north. So shout out to the great William Steele. He has a lot of dope, powerful quotes. Go look those up. Yeah, I believe that's it. I'm gonna sign off on that note, man. We need to go back and start to use some of these tactics of the Underground Railroad network, because we do too many things up front to the enemy, the oppressors. This is why we're not really being effective in 2019 with our movements, is because we're doing too much in the open. We need to go back to, like they always saying, Sankofa, reach back. We need to go back and see what these great ancestors were doing on their network, study it, and implement it today in our movement. We need to start moving in secrecy, y'all. So I'm gonna sign off on that note. Haki Shakur, free the land by any means necessary.